Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sidney Imobio, President of Southern Nigeria Middle Belt and Northern Minorities Forum, headquarters in New York in the United States. Our concern this evening is about the security situations in Nigeria, which have become recurring decimal on the pages of newspaper, media, and television. Nigeria has become a slaughterhouse. It has never been like this. We are very, very embarrassed and we are ashamed all over the foreign land. If somebody is pretending, that person must be a fool. We are ashamed, not because we are not doing well in the foreign land, but because of what is happening back home. Nigeria is blessed with everything, but we lack one thing: good leadership. Good leadership. We are going down, down, down. That is our problem. Let us dissect why the country is smelling, stinking with bad news. First of all, we commenced this Third Republic since 1999. Let us not waste time about other regimes, because that will take a lot of time. That is history. We may touch 1985 because that is relevant to what we are experiencing now. The same head of state was then the head of state. As at then, Major General Muhammadu Buhari came into governance. He sacked the democratically elected government of Alhaji Shehu Shagari. We knew what we experienced then. We had to be very frank. People are very economical with the truth. They are afraid for being sentenced, for being killed, for the fear of a reprisal. Nobody is ready to say the truth. If I'm lying, let somebody challenge me. That was a terrible regime. War against indiscipline. Instead of saying war against discipline, that was when people could be beaten on the street. Soldiers could tell you to roll on the ground, probably because they don't like your face, or because you are from a particular tribe, or for any other flimsy reason. That was the year Dr. Alex Ekweme of the blessed memory, a very clean gentleman, was sentenced to term of imprisonment for nothing. Till date, nobody has told us what he did. Chief Obafemi Awolowo's passport was seized. Ajashi was sentenced to jail. Mbakwe, the same thing. Professor Ali, unfortunately, Ali never came out from the prison's normal. He died after a few months. I believe whether Jack Conde also went to prison that time, nobody remember. But all the good governors, why they were sentenced, nobody knew. Probably because they performed well. Like he coined the name war against indiscipline instead of calling it war against discipline. That was then. But one could pardon him. He could have been pardoned as a military man. Although, being a military man, we have military men in the United Kingdom, we have military men in better military men in the United States, Russia, China. We have never heard of a situation where good people were punished because they were good. That was then. Let us come to the present dispensation. We commenced this journey in 1999. President Olusegun Obasanjo was the first to take the shot. Everywhere was calm. Irrespective of the fact that they gave him a lot of headache, troubles in the first 4 years to ensure that he never made 8 years. Obasanjo was not tribalistic, and for that reason, his own race, the Yorubas, were almost not to vote for him at all. That was then. Then, remember, it was the same Obasanjo that handed over power to Alhaji Shehu Shagari, whom our present head of state sacked. Then came Yar'Adua. Unfortunately, Yar'Adua did not live long. We already saw how he was trying to put in some innovations. His regime was very quiet for the short time. He came to the turn of Good Luck. Good Luck's regime was very peaceful, but tainted with corruption. And that was his bane, and that was why his regime fell. Otherwise, people like the present governor of Sokoto State, Tambuwa, was then the speaker. There was no rift. The Senate president was from another race. There was no rift. Everywhere was calm, except that he was too quiet. He had good intention. He built many Amajiri schools all over the north. That was during the time of Good Luck. Okay, let's look at, I will take a piece to refresh my memory about how our present head of state came. And Nigerians, they are mum. They will be quiet, and everybody is afraid to speak the truth. And damn the consequence. If everybody comes together to say, Immobile is a bad man, I cannot kill everybody. Rather than that, I will have to change. That is what we are not doing. First of all, remember, when our head of state was to come, before then, he was picked as the spokesman for Boko Haram to go and negotiate with the federal government. And yet, you want to say that person has no knowledge of what Boko Haram was about, how it came about? He was picked as number one with a few others. I cannot be naming them here. That was the first thing that should have given us enough warning. Right now, it's like we are pitchy tent. The whole country is pitchy tent against the Fulanis. Alhaji Shehu Shagari was a Fulani man. Tambuwa is a Fulani man. I don't know whether Kone Abubakar Umar, I guess he's a Fulani man. Shehu Musa, we have some good Fulanis. But because of what the head of state is doing and how he's doing it, there's no way you can split the hair. Let us face the truth. Then secondly, our same head of state was the man who said this. I quote him: military offensive against Boko Haram, anti-North. Military offensive against Boko Haram, anti-North. Thirdly, our head of state accused the government of killing and destroying their houses, while the Niger Delta militants were given special treatment by the government, which is that was a blatant lie. Even at that, we knew what the Niger Delta boys were looking for. They were protesting the way Amana, the oil was being used for every other part, money from the oil resources. They were protesting for that. What is Boko Haram protesting for? They were given special treatment, and yet Odin was almost destroyed. People died there, if I remember. Then, let's go beyond that. How Buhari stopped us from carrying on fighting Boko Haram terrorists in Nigeria. These were people from South Africa, mercenaries, who wanted to come and help us. That is there. Then also we have the issue of if I am not voted for, monkeys and baboons will be soaked in their blood. I will make the country ungovernable. That was somebody coming to power. Nigerians swept these two statements under the carpet. They wouldn't tell us that they didn't know what that meant. Well, genuinely, he won that election. One would have thought that by winning the election, his conscience will be appeased and now clean everything off and start on a clean slate. But rather than that, what did he do? He became a colossus, the Julius Caesar of Nigeria, the Idi Amin of Africa. He selected his appointees, he cleared them and appointed them from one section. He tried to make it look like it will turn out to be the North versus South, but that did not happen. Then he was very specific. He picked almost all his appointees from one religion, Islam. Wanted to pitch Christians against the Muslims. That did not work. All the military apparatus, both positions and the physical structure, were moved to the north, leaving the south empty. That did not work. Now, it was another trick. He ordered the Inspector General of Police, Adamu, to withdraw all the little firearms that farmers and people were using to protect themselves and go to do small games. Withdraw it from everybody. They withdraw it. Everybody surrendered the firearms before AK-47 were distributed to the herdsmen Now, the herdsmen went into killing spree. They had the feed day. Hurunakazi, you can kill anybody and take his land. Sack the villages. They started from Middle Belt. How many times? How many villages have been renamed? People are afraid to say the truth because of reprisal. Because one man is the owner of the country. You come, you say anything, you are either punished. If you are not killed, then they waste you away from in the gulag. They put you in jail. You are there. Nobody is protesting, but if somebody is killed in Russia, Nigerians will protest. If somebody is killed in the United States, they know what is happening here more than their country. They talk of Trump, they talk of Biden, they don't talk of themselves. They know when America is protesting for Black Lives Matters, they will carry placard there. They are slaughtering your brothers, your sisters, your mother, your father, and you are quiet. People are afraid. You can't speak. You don't know what is happening. El-Rufai is there as his lieutenant. That one is perpetually raiding southern Kaduna. In a country that was secular, they came up, drew the carpet because they wanted to pull up General Obasanjo to the dancing arena, which the man cleverly refused. It's my country. If you say you want to cut your brother's hands, well, I have nothing to do. We have never been at peace because of people like Buhari in the midst of Fulanis. Let us be very frank. Let us be very frank. A man who told us that if he was not voted for, he will make the country ungovernable. Was he going to do it all alone? You never thought he had people? He was not the first military man to rule. Let's go to the other aspect. Now, the raid on southern Kaduna is perpetual, is incessant. It is all the time, endless. He is the chief. He's the head of state and commander-in-chief. He's the minister for petroleum. He has plundered all the resources. Nobody is talking. And remember that this man has agenda. His two agenda, major ones, are to take over your land and Islamize the country. He has not taken his focus off. Anytime you are about to organize, he diverts your attention to a different thing. That is when he's bringing waterway. Waterway has nothing else to do than to scatter his people. Mayati Allah, herdsmen, all over the country, the valley, river valleys. And once they are settled, then you wait for trouble. He decides who you want to pick. Now, you are doing any election. If Buhari says he doesn't like the face, that is the end. Let's watch the case of Edo State. We are going to use that as a listing. He wants his puppets. He wants his puppets. Genuinely, the Igbos are badly treated. They are killed in millions. After bastardizing and try to annihilate a whole tribe during the Civil War, God refused, and they are now back to the country. You want to tell me the people have no right to do anything? They are not integrated. Every day they are killed. But Boko Haram members are bribed. They are giving hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions to go and settle. Not that they came voluntarily to tender apologies. They have maimed a lot of people. You have widows, you have widowers, you have orphans, you have people who can never do anything in their life again. Perpetually injured, deformed. But Buhari and his group have not seen anything wrong with this. All over, they are in IDPs. How big is Sambisa forest that Nigeria soldiers cannot run through? We know them. Nigerians are well known all over the world that they can run through any country in Africa if they are given the proper tools and order. You have decided to put your own epileptic people who have outlived their military usefulness because they are your agent to keep the Sambisa forest protected. All right. We'll see. Again, you have just gone to kill a lot of Igbos now. Igbos are the sacrificial lamb. And will not, you are infiltrating your people into Southwest. And if anybody says anything, he's not free to come into the country or go out. And that is why you have your immigration person watching the inlet and outlet of the country. But Fulanis are trudging into the country more and more because you need more of them. The country should wake up. South, Southwest, Southeast, Middle Belt, northern minorities. I think something is wrong. Otherwise, this will not cost you a dime to do. Come together. If it is the National Assembly, take it over. Anybody that is not with us is against us. You have your legislators there. They are making money, some of them. I must not say everybody. I doff my cap for Senator Ikenga and Senator Abaribe and where to some extent Ekweremadu. I don't know the rest because they are there thinking of money. Call them to the very senatorial district or constituency and tell them what to go and do. They should come together. They should come together and cast their vote, move their motion and cast their votes. We don't have constitution. There's no constitution. So please, I am begging. The only thing that can solve all this problem is unity of purpose. Our group, Southern Nigeria Middle Belt and Northern Minorities Forum, does not believe in disintegration. We are brothers. Let us fight together, not to kill, but to move the country forward. Thank you. God bless every Nigeria.